Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Joan Vassos reveals secret to healing after late husband's death. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is nearing the end of her journey as the Golden Bachelorette. She now is down to 2 men and fans will see her finale air next week on November 13th. Prior to that special night airing, she is opening up about healing after losing her husband John. She struggled for some time with moving forward and now she's sharing what got her over the hump. Keep reading to find out more about Joan's secret to healing after his death. Joan Vassos shares secret that helped her move forward. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos opened up recently about how she was able to move forward in her journey. Fans have seen her mention her late husband John very frequently during her time as the lead. Now, she admits she had some time during filming when she wasn't sure she could love someone else. She didn't know how to move forward. Joan didn't want to let go of John. She felt guilty. She spoke with people and revealed the secret that she learned that helped her. Joan had unresolved feelings where John was concerned and she didn't know how she could let someone else into her heart. She went on to say that the show provides psychiatrists at the mansion to help when contestants feel their mental health needs a boost. Joan had an appointment with them and they helped her gain clarity of where her mind was at and how to deal with it. She evolved a lot throughout the season. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos reveals that she evolved a lot throughout her season. Her journey as the lead was far different than what she thought it would be. She had to grow in order for the process to work. She did and she's happy with how the journey played out. Overall, Joan was surprised at how much she evolved. One example is falling for more than one person. She never thought she was capable of having feelings for more than one man. This did happen. Now, she's down to 2 and fans will see where her heart leads her on the season finale next week. Under the dazzling California sun, Joan Vassos glided through her Mediterranean-style garden with a serene smile that belied the turbulence of her past. The lead of the Golden Bachelorette had been an inspiration for millions as she sought love in her golden years after losing her husband, Paul, nearly a decade earlier. In a heartfelt interview, Joan pulled back the curtain on her healing journey, offering a glimpse into how she managed to move forward without ever letting go of her profound love for Paul. Joan began by sharing the surreal nature of her first days of widowhood. It felt like time had splintered, she confessed, her hands delicately cradling a steaming cup of chamomile tea. One moment, you're a wife, planning anniversaries and vacations, and the next, you're staring at an empty side of the bed, trying to figure out how to breathe again. Her secret, she revealed, was not about moving on but about moving forward, a nuanced distinction that became the bedrock of her recovery. A journal of grief and gratitude. Paul was a writer, Joan explained, gesturing to a leather-bound journal on her coffee table. He kept journals for years, and after he passed, I realized how much comfort I found in reading his words. I decided to write to him, like I was continuing our conversation. She began each letter with an affirmation, something she was grateful for that day. It started with small things, she said. I'm grateful for the blooming roses, for the coffee mug you chose for me. But as time went on, those little gratitudes grew into bigger realizations about how much he shaped my life in beautiful ways. The journal became her sacred space, a bridge between her present and her memories with Paul. Over time, Joan realized it wasn't just a tribute, it was a guide to discovering the strength she needed to rebuild her life. The healing power of nature. Another cornerstone of Joan's journey was the solace she found in nature. After Paul's death, she moved to a quaint coastal town, retreating to the lush green hills and tranquil beaches. There's something deeply therapeutic about watching waves crash against the shore, she said. It reminded me that life is cyclical. The tides come in, the tides go out, and yet the ocean remains. Joan became an avid gardener, transforming her backyard into a vibrant oasis of hydrangeas, lavender, and citrus trees. Paul used to joke that I couldn't keep a cactus alive, but gardening became my therapy, she said with a laugh. I felt like every plant I nurtured was a testament to my resilience, a reminder that life can bloom again, even after a storm. Rediscovering herself through new passions. For Joan, healing also meant rediscovering herself outside the identity of being Paul's wife. When you've been married for decades, it's easy to lose sight of who you are as an individual, she admitted. To honor Paul's adventurous spirit, she took up hobbies they had always talked about but never pursued together. Paul had this dream of learning to paint, so I enrolled in a watercolor class. It was terrifying at first, I felt like a fish out of water, but I found so much joy in creating something from scratch. Her paintings, she revealed, often featured places she and Paul had visited. It's like I'm preserving those memories in a new way, she said, holding up a frame displaying a softly lit Parisian cafe they had loved. Joan also joined a hiking group, embracing the camaraderie and the physical challenge. It wasn't just about the exercise, she said. It was about proving to myself that I could still climb mountains, both literal and metaphorical. Leaning on her golden years community. One of the most unexpected sources of strength for Joan came from her experience on The Golden Bachelorette. Initially hesitant about joining the show, she saw it as an opportunity to connect with others who understood the complexities of love and loss in later life. I wasn't sure if I was ready to date again, she admitted. But what I found was a group of men who, like me, had experienced love and heartbreak, and who were willing to open their hearts again. Her time on the show also introduced her to an audience of women navigating similar losses. I received hundreds of letters from women who shared their stories of grief and resilience, she said. Knowing that my journey could inspire someone else to take that first step toward healing, it gave me a sense of purpose. Love after loss. Joan's journey wasn't without its challenges, particularly when it came to embracing new love. Paul was my soulmate, she said. The idea of falling in love with someone else felt almost disloyal at first. But through her healing process, Joan came to understand that love isn't finite. Paul would have wanted me to be happy, she said. And I realized that opening my heart to someone new didn't mean closing the chapter on him. It meant expanding my capacity for love. Her connection with one of the contestants on The Golden Bachelorette blossomed into something unexpected and beautiful. It's different, she said, not about her replacing Paul, it's about building something entirely new. Words of wisdom for others. When asked what advice she would offer to those grappling with the loss of a spouse, Joan's response was both simple and profound. Give yourself grace, she said. There's no timeline for grief. Some days, you'll feel like you're drowning, and other days, you'll catch a glimpse of sunlight. Both are okay. She also emphasized the importance of finding what makes your heart sing. Whether it's journaling, gardening, painting, or simply sitting by the ocean, find what soothes your soul and lean into it. Lastly, Joan encouraged people to lean on their communities. Don't be afraid to ask for help, she said. Grief can be isolating, but you don't have to face it alone. A legacy of love. As Joan reflected on her journey, she spoke with gratitude for the life she had shared with Paul. He taught me so much about love, kindness, and living fully, she said. And those lessons have carried me through even the darkest days. In the end, Joan's secret to healing wasn't about forgetting or letting go. It was about honoring her past while embracing the possibilities of the present. Her story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and a reminder that, even after profound loss, life can hold new beginnings. Paul used to say, "Love is the one thing that lasts," Joan said with a soft smile. And he was right. Love is what carried me through.